izleyiciler. Las Vegas'tan görüntülerle karşınızdayız. Canlı yayındayız. İşte başladık. Tarihi organizasyon için hazır mısınız? Şimdi değerli izleyiciler, Canelo Golovkin maçının canlı yayını başlayacak. 4 maç var. Ana maç 5.30'u bulur. Ama alt karşılaşmalar olağanüstü. Roman Gonzalez'i var, Fuentes'i var. David Lemieux, Gary O'Sullivan, Jaime Munguia, Brandon Cook. Hepsi birazdan arka arkaya ekranlarınızda olacak. Canelo Alvarez, Gennady Golovkin maçının kısa hikayesi var. İzleyelim. İşte bakın, maçın hikayesini anlatan belgesel tadında programımız başladı. Maça doğrudayız. Alt yazılı vaziyette izleyebilirsiniz.
And with unfinished business.
Do you want a rematch, Canelo?
Claro que sí, por supuesto que sí.
Gennady, do you want a rematch?
Of course I want a rematch. I want a fight.
And a rematch is coming.
There's a reason that this is must-see TV. There's an animal instinct there that has just enough polish.
This fight here is a must-watch. Both fighters will be aggressive. Both fighters have something to prove.
This event is going to transcend the sport of boxing.
They're undeniable superstars in boxing. And when the best can fight the best, it's always good boxing.
Я надеюсь, второй бой будет намного больше попадать. По крайней мере, я так надеюсь.
He knows that this is the most important fight because this will define his career or Canelo's career.
Creo que la mejor vía para terminar esta pelea es por nocaut.
Son boxeadores de riesgo los dos. Son boxeadores de una gran pegada. Uno no espera una decisión de 12 rounds.
Last year's explosive fight set up what was always destined to be a hotly anticipated rematch for the ages.
Action.
At the peak of Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin's careers, the two best punchers on earth share an old secret. They don't fight to live, they live to fight.
Una vez uno me quiso aventar una piedra. Se le ocurrió amenazarme. Lo tumbé y le estaba dando en el suelo y luego lo agarré de la cabeza y le pegaba en el suelo así. Y salió mi cuñada. Vio y dijo que lo dejara porque lo iba a matar.
Alvarez and Golovkin meet again on September 15th in one of history's most awaited rematches. Yet once, these men were street fighters. The young Alvarez dueled with bloody bare knuckles on Guadalajara's streets. In Kazakhstan, Triple G scrapped with gang members and drug dealers.
So he got out of the car and went after you? And what happened?
It's not legal. It's not legal. Finally, big drama show.
When they faced their aggressor, nothing would stop them from tearing him apart. They're fighters, paycheck or not.
And he lands a tremendous shot.
The explosive fight and its controversial twist set up a rematch for the ages. But then, a catalog of incredible drama that made you wonder if this was a boxing match or a soap opera. First, shocking news. In February, Canelo Alvarez tested positive. Canelo says it was an accident. His camp blames suspect meat for positive clenbuterol test. And then, fierce accusations as Triple G breaks character. Golovkin unleashes a torrent of unproven accusations against both Alvarez and promoter Oscar de la Hoya. You can talk about him, Golovkin added. He is also not clean. He is dirty. Alvarez is suspended for 6 months by the Nevada Commission. And the fight is canceled. The hatred boils over.
Is there any chance at all this could become a trap fight for Triple G?
On May 5th, the night he was supposed to fight Canelo, Triple G stays active, trouncing Vanes Martirosyan. While Canelo sits idle, fuming. Negotiations stall for the Golovkin-Alvarez rematch. De La Hoya tells Triple G, fight Canelo or I'll find someone else. And finally, the rematch is made and is now simmering with hatred and a thirst for revenge. The only outlet for their fury, September 15th in Las Vegas. Both say it's time to call on their past. Talk about street fighting isn't a plot line, and this is no movie. The intent is real.
Don't leave it in the judge's hands. Go out there and win the fight and knock him out.
Street fights don't end in draws. There's not much sweet or scientific about what's next, for what happens when the chaos of a primal street fight mixes with worldly talent.
Creo que esta segunda va a ser mucho mejor. Quiero acabar esta pelea, que queden bien convencidos que soy mejor que él.
Как сказать, я не хочу никому ничего доказывать. Хочу просто выиграть этот бой.
You just want to win.
Yeah, I just want to win.
This isn't energy divided. It is a war of survival, magnified and doubled. These stars sparkle brightest among glittering lights, but their fighting souls come from the streets. This is the countdown to Canelo versus Golovkin 2.
Canelo Alvarez. Golovkin is thinking power. The fight has broken out. The crowd responds.
Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin have waited a year to settle the score. This time, it'll be more than just their skills as a boxer. It'll be a mindset that comes straight from their troubled past.
Triple G has always been that kid. He's always been a kid who's fought not only for survival, but I think in the game of boxing, he's fighting for respect. He wants you to know his name.
Okay, we're rolling, guys?
Rolling. Yes, sir.
Soft steps.
Have you ever been in a street fight?
Yes.
Really? You've been in a street fight?
Yes.
In your hometown?
My hometown, yes.
Bare knuckle and everything? Like no gloves?
Yes.
Destroy this man. Good.
He grew up on the streets. He grew up in probably the roughest part of Kazakhstan, in Karaganda. It's an area where all the rough people came to, all the gangsters were. And he grew up fighting on the street. He grew up beating people up, beating kids up to survive. Not because of a bully, but because somebody wants to take your shoes from you, somebody wants to take your jacket from you. So you learn how to defend yourself.
So in Kazakhstan, there's a lot of crazy people.
Yeah, a lot of crazy people, like more crazy in my city. Name is Karaganda. It's people who, so many talk, so many, just very emotional.
Everyone has been bullied, or you were a bully. You were either on one end of the spectrum or the other.
Well, dangerous neighbor, dangerous area, more real life, more real. No, everybody has a gun, everybody has a knife, everybody has a baseball beat.
It was really survival of the fittest in that era that he grew up in. Soviet Union was right at the end where it turned into Kazakhstan, and whoever lived on that street or that block or that area.
He dropped. Said, hey, what are you doing? Just stop driving your car because this is very dangerous. You not understand? He said, no, hey, what do you mean? What are you doing? Like, just he's coming outside.
So he got out of the car, he said, come on, you want to fight you?
Yeah, well, he said, yeah, 1 second, just stay here. I go on the side. I said, yeah, of course I stay here. He's coming.
Did he come?
Yeah.
What happened when he came out?
It's not legal. It's not legal.
Oh,
I can't talk like this. It's not legal. Finally, big drama.
As a kid, Canelo was teased for his looks. Now his opponent is his tormentor, calling him a liar, a cheat.
When you were a kid growing up in the streets of Mexico, did you ever have a street fight?
Muchas. No una, Silvio. Muchas veces. 100 peleas en la calle.
Wait a minute. 100?
Desde que tenía 5 años, me acuerdo. Porque era el pelirrojo, era el diferente en la escuela, siempre me molestaban y me tenía que pelear con todos. Nos cambiábamos de pueblo a vivir a otro y entraba otra vez a la escuela y empezaba otra vez. Siempre mi vida fue peleando desde los 5 años hasta los 12 o 13 años. Que empezó el boxeo y seguí peleando, pero ya profesionalmente.
From Guadalajara, Mexico, to the absolute summit of boxing.
En los pueblos o en los barrios de allá de México es muy común que a una persona, a alguien que es diferente a los demás, le hacen lo que dicen bullying o le hacen burla. Cuando no tienes carácter, todos se burlan de ti. Cuando tienes carácter, tienes que pelear contra todos, ¿sí? Y desde niño él mostró el carácter. Y ahora es lo que lo ha sacado adelante, el carácter.
With 34 knockouts, Alvarez's greatest asset is still raw force. When he's riled, there's no holding him back. On the street or on September 15th.
Una vez uno me quiso aventar una piedra. Se le ocurrió amenazarme y era más grande que yo, como 5 años, más o menos 6. Y se arrepintió, no me la aventó. Lo tumbé y le estaba dando en el suelo y luego lo agarré de la cabeza y le pegaba en el suelo así. Y salió mi cuñada, porque vivía enfrente. Salió mi cuñada de ahí que porque se escuchaban los como cimbraba. Y ella me dijo, déjalo, lo vas a matar.
The excitement of a street fight comes down to the fact that you are living vicariously through one of the fighters. And you could say that that's barbaric, you can say that that's primal, and I will say to you, yes, check, check, and check.
I think that he's such a humble kid that he really doesn't brag or talk about some of the things that he wasn't supposed to do, put it that way.
Yo jamás lo he visto, jamás desde que lo conozco lo he visto, que él tenga miedo o temor a alguien, en alguna pelea. Jamás lo he visto nervioso, jamás lo he visto con miedo.
Boxing is the only sport you don't play. And at any given moment, anything can happen.
And when the time for action arises, the heart of a fighter beats loud and strong, just like it always has.
It has been rock'em, sock'em, I land one, you land one back.
We've been waiting so long for this fight to happen, and then it comes down to a draw. Are you kidding me? I was so angry. I thought that it was in favor of Gennady Golovkin, clearly.
I thought Canelo won.
In my opinion, Canelo won the first fight.
We haven't seen this type of action in years. We haven't seen these types of fighters going in there and leaving it all in the ring.
Yo vi ganar al Canelo. Gennady Golovkin no puede decir que le robaron la pelea.
That was the best Canelo Alvarez fight that I've ever seen him fight. He just wasn't better than Triple G.
It wasn't a draw. It was a very hard-fought battle that the champion edged.
And here we go. Everyone is expecting a violent classic. Will Triple G and Canelo author the latest chapter in the glorious history of the middleweight championship of the world? I didn't see Triple G land more punches.
I did.
Es muy lento, mijo, ¿eh? Es muy lento, es fuerte, pero es lento y pega.
Canelo, what he did really well was how he rolled with the punches. When those power punches were coming, he figured out very quickly, I gotta just roll with it and slip the chin and get out of the way of that power.
Now the aggression begins to mount. Triple G seems clearly thrown off by having to worry about power punches from a counter punch. Now Triple G with a straight right hand and left hook.
There's a point in the fight where it comes to what's happening in your heart. This is what's beautiful about Ali Frazier. This is what's beautiful. You add any of the great fights.
Do you think that Triple G would have won the first fight if he took more risk?
Yeah, so would Canelo.
Golovkin knew this would be the toughest fight of his career. So far, it's working out that way. The two most exciting fighters from an offensive standpoint in the world, firing away down the stretch. Most combative round of the fight so far. Crowd is going berserk. They love the action they saw.
Midway through the fight, both men realized that they would have to dig deeper than ever before. And even then, it might not be enough.
But the street fighter came out. The kid who said, hey, if I don't win this fight, this is gonna last for the rest of my life. They'll never leave me alone.
Short right hand, he's gonna counter with the uppercut. Vamos, ahí va bien, échale huevitos nomás y métale cabeza.
Triple G is beginning to pull out the power and let his hands go.
It was a tremendous fight. I'd have Triple G Canelo as Fight of the Year for 2017. I expect it to be Fight of the Year candidate for 2018. There were no losers.
Now there's a Canelo rally. Body shot, right hand upstairs, but here comes Gennady. Gennady steps back in and lands a hard right uppercut. Oh, and the left hook. And a left hook. Canelo trying to fight his way out of it.
I have to make sure that he understands how bad he looked and not knocking him out. I'm gonna drive that point home because I need to piss him off.
Talked about the need for Golovkin to walk through fire tonight, Matt Skellerman. In these last few rounds, he's shown that he's willing to do it.
Mijo, él no tiene otra opción más que salir como perro. 3 minutes, all 3 minutes, okay? Don't let him rest.
Abel Sanchez told Triple G, don't let him rest, but Canelo's not trying to rest. But these moments decide the fight.
Out on its feet.
When the announcement was made and it was said it was a draw, my mouth fell to the floor. I could not believe it.
It's about to go down. I believe that. I don't think either guy appreciates the idea that half of the population in either direction thinks that the other guy won.
You have to make a decision. Am I just gonna say, hey, that was good enough? Or am I gonna say, no, nothing's good enough until this thing is over and I win?
People were so angry and they were just so dumbfounded by the draw that people kept talking about it for months and months and months and months, and everyone's like, this rematch has to happen.
It's all about the desire and the will to be the best at what you do, and all that training that you're doing. What are you doing it for? Who are you fighting for?
The fireworks of last September meant the most anticipated rematch of modern times was swiftly agreed. But then, amid a flurry of headlines, it emerged that Canelo Alvarez had tested positive for a banned substance. As a result of unwittingly eating tainted Mexican meat. Fighters have escaped sanction in similar incidents before, But then Gennady Golovkin turned up the heat.
Просто он этим самым просто показывает, что просто он этим самым показывает, что все ему делают поблажки, и просто ему все сходит с рук.
Well, it's okay for me, you know. Just I told you, this is very bad business, you know. This is not sport, this is business. Как сказать нам, проверьте его на машину, когда говоришь правду, это лжи.
Check him on the lie detector. He'll tell you everything.
Accused of corruption, Nevada was left with little choice. Alvarez was suspended 6 months, and boxing's most anticipated fight was put on ice until September.
The second time around, it's going to be explosive. There's no way around it. Both guys are going to go out guns blazing.
I don't think the fans will accept anything less than somebody getting knocked out. At the very least, somebody getting put down. And the only way that that happens is with risk.
With everything that is built up, anger over scoring, personal insults, a vicious vendetta, and a year to stew on it all, we are ready for one of the greatest middleweight battles of all time, and boxing's version of a street fight.
Tenemos el 15 de septiembre una gran pelea, una pelea que seguramente será mejor que la primera y que la que iba a ser en mayo.
То есть это сделала комиссия, просто-напросто они облажались. Верю я, не верю, то есть это, думаю, не имеет никакого значения.
That's what both of these guys are bringing into this fight. I feel like these guys they're fighting for more than themselves. They're fighting for their legacies, of course, but they're fighting for countries.
He has to go out and do something that is going to be so out of this world that they can't rob it from him again.
Golovkin is thinking power.
Esta ocasión no van a ocupar de jueces porque lo va a noquear.
I mean, the accusations that have been made, those are fighting words. Those are something to fight for. Canelo has to fight for his honor. He has to fight for his reputation and his dignity.
In Las Vegas is going to be hot. The city's going to be buzzing. It's like Game 7 of the World Series. Nothing like fight night. I believe both men will enter the ring, and one champion will leave with all the belts.
That man will also leave with the honor of being the true great of his generation. There will be violent fury on September 15th. There will be fire and drama when a street fight breaks out.